It's time for the greatest little internet radio show, Blow the Whistle. Always live on SportsTownChicago.com and on Twitch at SportsTownShy. Tyler Butterball Beaterball.
I knew this kid was going to be a complete meth, like a youth mess. Not meth. See, I think he needs to go to Allstate because when you're covered by mayhem, you'll be better protected.
David Double D Dykstra.
Hope and pray to God that Jordan Love twists his ankle so bad that you get to see this godforsaken mess that is Sean Mother Trucking Clifford.
It's game time.
Frank the Tank Oliveira.
Women can wait. Podcast first, women wait. Let's get her.
Tyler Buterbach, David Dykstra, and Frankie Oliveira. Your greatest little internet radio show everywhere you go.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to Blow the Whistle here on SportsTownChicago.com. Streaming live on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. Sportstown Chicago YouTube. Welcome, everybody. Happy Hump Day, first and foremost.
Yes, sir.
I am Tyler Butterball Buterball. I'm here with my boys.
Andrew Pepe Valentin.
And Frank the Tank Marinara. What did you
No.
say? What was it? Frankie Oliveira, Marinara Oliveira.
There you go.
There you go.
I gotta
Yes.
get used to it.
Don't worry, I'm gonna change that in
gotta
the
get used
open.
to-
So we gotta we were deciding to change Frank the Tank because Frank the Tank is technically
it's-
already taken from Big Frank over at
Barstool,
Barstool.
New York. Over there.
And we needed to do something different. So it was either Frankie Bolognese or Frankie Marinara Oliveira. And that honestly flows the best.
It's
That-
full,
that
like
just
Dr.
works
Seuss
better.
style.
Yeah,
it looks,
absolutely.
sounds good.
Like I would put a t-shirt. I'd make a t-shirt out
Marinara
of it.
Oliveira.
Oh, dude, Marinara Oliveira. And have your dad wear it.
Dude,
Absolutely.
my day would be
Go
proud.
to will he go to dad be proud. I just had Frankie's face on like a
Holy
animated
bowl of marinara. or something.
I was
a
going to
jar-
say
a
yes,
jar of marinara sauce?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that'd be like our NIL. Be fantastic. But welcome in, everybody. Thank you for everybody that tuned in on Monday. We told you we'd be here on Wednesday because it is the NBA draft tonight. And as promised, we are going to preview the Bulls going into this draft as they are picking at 12. We're going to kind of go over the rest of the NBA draft as far as where certain guys could be falling to, what other teams' needs. And then we're going to do, we haven't done this in a hot minute, we're going to do a little bit of mailbag.
Yeah.
So, read your guys' questions that you guys have sent to us, and we're going to try to answer them as thoroughly as possible. If you guys don't already, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at BlowTWhistle1. That's BLOWTWHISTLE1. We are also greatly sponsored by Dubby Energy. You guys can get your Dubby Energy. You get a tub of it. I'm going to get myself one of their new flavors coming out. It's one of their new fruit punch flavors that I'm going to order myself. You use our promo code TRIPOD, that's TRIPOD, and get 10% off your first order. So get that Dubby Energy, wake your ass up, and stop being such a slouch, all right? Because
Don't be lazy.
that's why we're always energized, because we're using Dubby Energy, and
Absolutely.
you should too. But boys, are you ready to get into some NBA draft talk?
Let's do this, man.
Let's talk about doubles.
Doubles.
Only the Bulls. As we said, they are drafting at pick 12. It was a little bit of a bummer when we saw the lottery because there was a little speculation. They had a little bit of a chance, and
Yeah.
then numbers was being the Chicago fans were praying by the numbers because it was the same percent chance the Bulls had to get the first overall pick, and the last time they had that same percent chance, they drafted Derrick Rose first overall, so they were hoping maybe capture the flag would come to
D-Rose,
Chicago, but that is not
Could
happening.
not capture the flag this time.
Nope.
They cannot. So they are far from the flag. I mean, some could say they're waving the white flag, but they should.
Feels like it.
But there's picking at 12. A lot of decent talent in here. I mean, this kind of draft is more out of picks 1 through 5. You're probably looking at project pieces.
Yeah.
But you can find some guys in this at around 12 that could be potential 6-men, solid dudes. I mean, obviously filling in holes that the Bulls have, which is big men. And to me, my favorite, and I'm seeing on this mock draft from CBS is, is it CBS? Yeah, CBS Sports. Derek Queen, center from Maryland. He's a freshman, 6'9", 248. He averaged 16.5 points, 9 boards, nearly 2 assists. So, I mean, as he's quite the big man. Like as a big man passer, he's got it up there. Shooting 20% from 3-point, so which I mean that's not the biggest worries to me.
No,
for the
as
Bulls.
a big man, especially. Yeah, no.
But the thing with the Bulls is, if you look at all these mock drafts, there's like about 10 different guys that people are picking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Because they don't know if they're going to go guard, because there's rumors of maybe moving Kobe White because he's on his final year of the contract. I don't know if you guys saw the rumors. We kind of talked about it. That apparently the Bulls were offered 2 first-round picks, Cole Anthony and who was the other guy?
Jonathan Isaac.
For
The
Kobe
center,
White.
Yeah.
Jonathan Isaac.
Yeah,
the
Jonathan
forward.
Forward. He's a
Beast.
forward.
It was a forward or whatever.
Yeah.
Forward. Yeah, he can't play center.
He
He's
can,
tall
yeah,
enough.
if he
He's
wants
tall
to,
enough.
yeah.
I
He's
think
tall
it
enough.
was on a Bulls podcast,
Yeah.
and
It's unbelievable.
I don't know about you guys, but I
They
would
could have done it with Lonzo too. Didn't they offer 2 first round or a first rounder
first
for
round.
Yeah,
for
first round
Lonzo
pick.
too? I mean, I
Yeah.
would have done that too. They're just waiting. I don't know. They're just in the same hole every single damn year, and I don't
NBA
know how the
purgatory.
hell they're gonna get out of it. Honestly,
It's
just
NBA
what it is.
purgatory.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
what it is.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say their biggest issue right now, I mean, is kind of figuring out the guard situation, because are you keeping Kobe White or are you re-signing Josh Giddey? Because if that's going to kind of set you up as far as what you do for the draft, I think, because while forwards should certainly right now be the priority, if you're getting rid of or losing one, if not possibly both of those guards, then that does become a priority position, and that's where the draft can suddenly change for them at 12.
Right. I mean, it makes me wonder if I've heard rumors that they could potentially be shopping to make a trade, to trade up.
Yeah.
It just depends how far up they're going to go, and depending who you're going to be looking at up there. Like, if you're going top 5, you're looking at, I mean, obviously Cooper Flag's untouchable. It doesn't sound like Dallas is doing anything there, but like,
No.
if
If
you're
the
looking for a
Luka trade, you
guard,
better, yeah.
looking for a guard, you got Dylan Harper from Rutgers, which
He's the best guard in the draft.
he is.
Yeah.
By
And-
far, and I know Rutgers had a down year, and everyone says, oh, well, you were just feeding him and Ace Bailey and stuff, but that's your next Jalen Brunson. That's your kid that can lead the charge, be a 25 and an 8 kind of guy from the guard position, like leading your team off. So, honestly, I mean, outside of him, it's kind of a mixed bag. I mean, VJ Edgecombe's good as like a Russell Westbrook type. Trey Johnson's a spot up shooter kind of guy that can move the ball. Other than that, I mean, it's very much kind of a, toss a coin in the air and see where it
Yeah,
lands.
yeah, exactly.
Essentially,
So, I mean, like, if you're looking to get one of these top, I mean, even Igor Demon.
Igor Demon's the one that is compared to Josh Giddey the most, that some people have said the Bulls may take, even still without, because he can play the 1 through the 3 as a 6'9" guard forward that can kind of work all around. But the question is, though, is that is he going to be there? Because he's another one, like some of these guys, where you're looking at him and you're going, well, is he going to go at pick 6 or is he going to go at picks 26?
It's
Right.
the Same.
It's the same thing with
Same
Derek
thing with Derek
Queen.
Queen, yeah,
Yeah, it's the
exactly,
same
yeah.
thing with a lot of these guys. Right now, the guaranteed 5, it seems, or 6, if you will, the guaranteed 5 or 6 is like Cooper Flagg, Dylan Harper, VJ Edgecombe, Con Newpol, Jeremiah Fears, and Trey Johnson. Like, those are the 6 most consistent guys I see at the top of the draft. Everyone else is like,
Toss up for grabs. It's up for grabs.
Yeah,
it's all-
essentially.
it's just,
Yeah.
wherever they're gonna go, they're gonna.
And that's what I've noticed when I've been looking at these. Like the top 4 or 5 has been pretty consistent as far as a few guys have been moved around and stuff like that. But it's very interesting with the Bulls because I mean I don't know, they like you said, the guard situation's interesting because you have Lonzo Ball for another year, you have Kobe White for another year, Josh Giddey you have to possibly
should resign.
They need to sign him because his contract's up.
Yeah.
Don't forget, you still got Dalen Terry. You still got
Ayo,
Ayo Dosunmu. So they
Julian
have
Phillips.
Julian
Phillips, too,
Phillips.
that's
Like
another, yeah.
they have a lot of guards on this roster right now, and they need to go big. They need to go big because
that's what it feels like. Like, that's the move to
like
go with.
I'm
is-
hearing that Vooch might be the one that could be traded today.
He needs
If they're
him and
gonna be-
Patrick Williams should be the top 2 priority for a trade option. 100%. Those 2 should be. And then getting this big, hopefully, then they could get rid of Vooch. Hopefully, with this pick that they have at 12, they could get. I didn't see this guy Noah Asung. What is his name? Asunge. What's his name? I don't know this guy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Sungwe,
the forward from
yeah,
France.
From
Yeah.
France.
Yeah, those Frenchmen are good at basketball. We saw it with Wemby. So yeah, let's see what this kid can do.
I mean, he's a good player. I've watched a
CBS
little bit
has him.
on him.
Yeah.
He's talented for sure. Don't get me wrong, and he wouldn't be a bad pick for the Bulls. It's just I don't know where if he is like at 12. I'm hoping you'd want to pick somebody who can kind of be more plug and play right now with a young roster the way they do. I get you also want somebody who can develop, yes. But at 12, I would think for the Bulls, because he feels like a guy that might get stuck going down to the G League to develop some, and that's not really what I feel like the Bulls should be doing at 12. I'm looking at them and I'm saying, for me, I said this on Monday, I'll stay by this too. There's 3 guys right now I think the Bulls should kind of be staring down the barrel at 12. Derek Queen is one.
100% one. Yeah.
I would say. And this is by means of no specific order. This is just like what I'm naming off. Like Derek Queen's one. I would say another one is Asa Newell from Georgia, because as a freshman, again, like Derek Queen, he showed tremendous ability to know where he is offensively. He's tall at 6'10". He's a little thinner at 225, but he's versatile in that kind of sense, and he has an outside shot too. And then the other one's Thomas Sorber from Georgetown.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's just your up and down pogo stick, get the rebound, block the shot kind of guy. He's only 6'10", yeah. I mean, these guys are all short, 6'10".
6'9",
Derek Queen,
yeah,
6'9".
6'10".
But still, these guys have long arm wingspans. They can go up and stretch and get the ball. They have that ability
7'6" wingspan.
Yeah, exactly. So
For,
you've got those nice long arms that can work. You've got that ability to find the rebound, score inside, play defense. All of them have it. It's just Sorber's more of your defensive guy. Newell and Queen would be more of your offensive-minded kind of players. So that's where, as far as forwards go, that's where I'm at with the Bulls. Guards-wise, there's so many of them. I would say right now, Jakunis, Demon, and Richardson would be the 3 I'd put on the radar for them at 12.
For guards, yeah.
And maybe some others that I'm not naming.
They shouldn't be going for guards. They need a big man, but if they
right
would,
now,
yeah,
they
if
should.
would.
Guard is not the priority.
Guard, not no.
I would say
100%.
I would probably throw my remote at the TV.
Don't be
if
the
I saw-
Suns.
gosh.
Don't be the Phoenix Suns with 7 shooting guards and
Dude,
nobody else.
Yeah, with Jalen Green on, I mean, they got.
Well, no, they're going to look
So
at
many.
Detroit did like the same thing.
Yeah.
Like draft point guards or shooting guard, the 1s or 2s, like for 5 consecutive years.
Yeah,
It felt
exactly.
like But then they're going to be like, well, look, they made the playoffs.
made the
It's
playoffs,
like,
yeah.
no, that's not how this works.
Well, but they also drafted Jalen Duran, and they
Jalen
also
Duran, yeah,
got
exactly.
guys like
Isaac
Isaac
Stewart.
Stewart.
Yeah,
who,
exactly.
I don't know if he's really that good, but he certainly brings the tempo.
Dude, oh, you got that right. Dude, knocking guys out. Dude, yo, man. Clotheslining them, dude.
Turns
It's like a
into the
WWE
UFC
match.
with this dude. My God.
That's what you need. You need an edge. You need an edge guy. Like Dennis was that guy for the Bullies.
Yeah.
I'm going back to the Bullies. Like Dennis was that guy, crazy
Well-
man. He married himself. I mean, how the hell is that even possible? Like, yo, I'm going to dyed his
Sold
hair every
books,
color.
man.
Exactly.
We need another guy. The Bulls need another guy to marry him. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there you go. Another
Well, you
guy
needed,
with edge.
listen, even still in today's game, you needed Dennis Rodman. You
Yes.
needed Charles Oakley.
Yes.
You need that, like you said, that guy that brings the paper, right? That brings
Exactly.
the whipping. So, I mean, maybe they can find a guy here potentially too. This is a draft that you're gonna find some tough kids. I will give them that. Like these are not pushovers. These are guys that are bringing the force, and you can see how it's impacting the NBA. These guys are getting more and more worthy to push around, or starting to push around guys. As they get in there at a younger age too.
Exactly, yeah.
It's just kind of crazy. Like there's a whole lot of young talent, like young guys in here. Like if you look, majority of these guys in the first round are freshmen. So you're
my
getting
age, dude.
Yeah.
They're my-
Yeah, they're your age,
They're
man.
literally my age.
And like these are young kids that I mean, it's good to have. I mean, you need kind of some youth in this team, and that's what they're starting to go towards.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'm piggybacking with you guys. I think big man, you need a power forward or a center. Like you need a 4 or a 5
Yeah.
to really kind of. You need someone to complement Montes Puzelis because let's talk about him for a little bit because I'm hearing rumors is that he's been putting some off-season work into it, and he's coming out and saying that he wants to be the face of the franchise.
Yeah.
Which I mean, and everything that I've heard about the possible trades that the Bulls could be potentially doing here in the draft, he's the only untouchable one. Which to me, that's how it should be.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, I'm trying to think here because these forwards and these centers that we're talking about here, it doesn't really look like you really need to trade up. Andrew, is there one that you would say that you could potentially want to see the Bulls trade up for if it's kind of getting to that part where they're like you're picking, let's say 6 or 7, one of these guys is still available? Is there one that's worthy enough to trade up and go get, or would you rather just let them sit at 12 and fall and hope that one of those 3 guys that you mentioned fall to them?
I mean, I think it kind of just depends on who they're sold on because Asa Newell's the one that started to kind of climb up the ranks, and if you feel that he's your forward that you can get, I totally understand that. I totally get that. You're like, okay, fine, then you would maybe want to trade up to go get him, sure. Other than that, I think the other guys are going to fall to their position. Now, the one that kind of intrigues me and yet also kind of irks me because I don't know where I don't know where what he can develop into. Well, I guess I could, but it's hard to tell. Is Kamen Maluach from Duke. And it's all because of the connection that's there. He went to Luol Deng's school in South Sudan. He went to Duke because of Luol Deng and that connection there. Well, Luol Deng was a former Chicago Bull from Duke. Here's another South Sudanese from Duke. It's like, well, match made in heaven. He's got the connection with the former Bulls player that was beloved. I'd argue against that, but, look, man, I know he brought the defense, but you got run over by LeBron James, and you had nights where you went 17, and then 2 nights you would go for 4. So, sorry, not sorry. But it's the same thing with this guy. There were games where we saw him, and he would be a double-double easy. Like, 12 rebounds, 6 blocks, no problem. And then all of a sudden, we see him in the last game of the tournament for Duke.
Yeah.
0 rebounds.
How you have 0 points?
7-2, 250.
7-1,
Yeah.
253.
It's
It's unbelievable.
How's that possible? So he's the one guy that if the Bulls really are sold on him, I'm even okay with that. But the comparisons I hear with him is Jakob Poeltl and Ivica Zubac. Like, okay, fine play. Like, Zubac just got good, I would say. Like, this was one of his finest years, but I don't know if that's really, like, trade-up worthy. I mean, you've gotten big guys before, and it's really not worked out. And I get that's where a lot of people are coming from, too, with this.
Yeah.
Saying, well, maybe we go more guard then. It's like, well, but Jace Richardson's just another Kobe White.
Exactly.
Igor Demon's just another Josh Giddey. If you're keeping both of those guys, you don't really need one. Now, the local guy from Illinois, well, not local, but Kasparis Jakunas. I get that making sense for the Bulls because he can play the 3. He can play a smaller 3 for you. So he's the one that I kind of understand. If he's there and he can hit threes like no tomorrow, I get it. Yeah. You pair him up with or you put him in at the 3 and move Buzelis to the 4. Well, I mean, okay, he's now a little out of position, but now you've got a lot of quickness on the court, and you got a lot of shooting on the court. So that helps out a lot in that kind of regard.
Yeah, I mean, he is a big point guard. He's 6'5". I mean, he could be like a smaller 3.
Yeah.
And then what you move Buzelis at the 4.
Yeah, I would say so.
Assuming they keep Vooch, you have Vooch at the 5.
The only other guy I could see them possibly going for would be like Con Newpel. Because everybody wants that dude because he's just a pure up. He's Kyle Korver with just more athleticism to his game. Yeah. He's just he can knock down shots like there's no tomorrow.
40.6% from threes, which is
They're saying they have him going 4 to Charlotte.
Yeah, it's the thing is that he's so athletic. He can get to the basket. He can get rebounds. He can shoot. The guy's an automatic like get the bucket kind of thing. So. Other than that, I mean, I would love for them to get Dylan Harper. I think that would be fantastic. I mean, because you have the connection with Ron Harper, being his father.
Right.
So, but
Ron Harper's his dad?
Yeah, that's his dad.
That's awesome.
That's his dad. So, and I would dare to say he's better than his father. I know that's some people might choose to say it's a little, but more better offense. I don't know if as good as defender. I wouldn't go that far, but he's got the defense. He's got the offense. He's a perfect blend. But you're not going to get him into listen though, the Spurs have said they're not against trading 2 because they have another first round pick, but they're going to need the haul to get rid of that pick.
Yeah,
or they're going to need this. The other one was they're going to have to swap with Dallas, but that ain't happening.
After that Nico,
even though it makes sense. I'm saying that now. It makes sense.
Dallas should keep that first pick because Luka happened.
Because while Dallas can use Cooper Flag, they really could use a guard.
This is redemption for the fans and Nico to get Cooper and stick with it.
Right.
Don't trade this first round.
You screwed this up. Here you go.
Here you go. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, for the Bulls, in a sense, there's no one that I would say jump up and get. There's talent here, don't get me wrong. And if you think you can get a VJ Edgecombe or even a Jeremiah Fears or Trey Johnson, fine, go for it. If that's the way you want to go for it. It's a guard, yes, but if you're getting rid of Kobe White or you're not re-signing Josh Giddey, that's the guys you go for then. Okay, fine. Otherwise, if you're keeping those guys, stay where you are, go for a forward. If you're moving up, only move up a few spots. Don't try and jump up to 5 to get the guy that you can get at 12 or even 11.
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
And the thing is, too, is we got to put it in this. The last time the Bulls have ever traded up in the NBA draft was back in 2009.
yeah.
When they acquired the 16th pick, which was James Johnson, and that was Taj
that?
Gibson,
Who?
26. Yeah, exactly.
Taj.
Who?
Yeah, Taj. I know Taj.
So I mean, again, it's been a long time, and Acme
So
doesn't
long.
really seem that aggressive. I mean, unless they're like, smelling the flowers and it's like, hey, our jobs are on the line. We need to do something here. And so if they're not going to stick with Kobe White, and if they're not going to re-sign Josh Giddey, then yes, I think you're going to have to trade into the top 5 in order to get your possible franchise point guard. But
yeah.
if you're happy, if they're happy with what they got at the in the backcourt, then you're gonna have to. Sitting there at 12, you're gonna find a solid center. Me personally, like I've already said, Derek Queen. Give me Derek
100%.
Queen.
If I see bullies get Derek Queen tonight, or he falls to 12,
I'll be happy.
If he falls to 12 and they don't pick him, I'm gonna lose my crap. I'm gonna lose my crap.
Well, this is what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
Is they might go with Casper
Casper, yeah.
Kasparis.
Yeah,
Kasparis?
Jacuzzi, yeah.
Just because
yeah.
Illinois, and they like to
For
keep it local.
Derek Queen, his comparisons have been guys like Brad Miller, who played with the Bulls, Zach Randolph, too,
Miller, Zach
who was an all-star, we know, with Memphis. So you're not getting anyone bad out of that. The guy that could be an interesting dark horse for them, though, is Colin Murray Boyles from South Carolina, because he's gained a lot of headway because of his ability to go get rebounds, play defense, be an inside presence scoring-wise. I've compared him to Draymond. I know a lot, and Nick sat here and was like, "Oh, he's got an annoying podcast," which hilarious. I've seen people list him as like Grant Williams, who played for Boston and stuff, and I don't think that's too bad either. I think you're getting a defensive forward then who can rebound, block shots, give you perimeter and post defense, and that's what the Bulls need. They need somebody that can do that. Getting a Derek Queen or getting an Asa Newell, I think you're still getting that, not on the major level, but on a mid-level. Yeah. But what you're gaining from them on another side is their offensive ability.
Yeah.
And that helps too.
Yeah. And everything I'm kind of looking up right now, everything is sounding like they're probably stick at 12. I don't think there was some whispers that the Bulls are actually considering about trading up. But in order to do that, you're getting rid of Kobe White.
If they know for sure, exactly.
Yeah.
If those two are going, then yes,
But
of course, trade up.
I'm imagining they're gonna stick at
They're gonna
12.
stick at 12, yeah.
So round the table, my pick. I think they pick Derek Queen at 12, hoping that he's there. Just with seeing now that he's been kind of jumping up and down in the boards. Like I've even saw like a top 10 pick that he could be, but now he's like top 15, top 20. Like it all depends. So
Yeah.
I think Derek Queen. I'm hoping they ride high because they made a really good pick with Modest last year, especially at the value at 11.
One in a while too. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping and I'm thinking that they're going to make the right decision and get Derek Queen that's going to be there. Andrew?
I'm going to say I'm a split between Derek Queen and Asa Newell.
Okay.
And I'm going to give the headway right now to Derek Queen again if he's there. That's the biggest thing is if these guys are there. So I would say Derek Queen. But Asa Newell I don't think is too far off because it's same guy, a little lighter, almost the same height essentially. You're getting the same kind of game from him. And honestly, who knows? Maybe he might be the guy that they actually favor out of all this. I will also say, too, on my prediction on this, I think after this draft, too, for the Bulls, just for their sake, Vucevic is going to get the move. And I think it's going to be to Golden State, and I think they come up with that sign and trade for Kuminga.
I've heard that.
Because I heard what you did say, Frankie, with the whole they're kind of cooling off on that.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're fully off of it just yet. And I think the Warriors are like, we need a center. And
Kuminga has been putting in the work, dude. He is looking jacked.
Why aren't you playing him? That's my whole thing with the Warriors.
Yeah, that's true.
You've got a guy.
Yeah.
You've got a guy. Play him. Oh, you don't want to play him? Come on over.
to
That's fine.
Chicago.
Come on over.
I would love
Put
that.
him at the 4 and watch
Exactly.
him go to work,
Yep,
folks.
yeah.
God.
I would Derek Queen again. Derek Queen, and if he's not up there, I would say Colin Murray Boyles because his comparisons are Julius Randle and those guys. I like that gritty defensive.
Yeah.
And he could shoot.
Exactly.
So yeah, that would be perfect for the bullies.
This
that
team
the
needs
bullies
some
need.
grittiness.
Yeah,
So I mean,
exactly.
and both those guys.
That
can
dude
do
punched someone in the face in practice, okay, because he didn't make the right shots.
We talking about
okay?
practice.
That's
We talking
Colin
about
Murray
practice.
Boyles for you folks.
There we go, dude.
Yeah.
We need that edge.
I love it. All right. Those were our picks for the Bulls picking at 12. Give us your guys' thoughts and picks for who should the Bulls should pick at 12. Hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at BlowTWhistle1, BLOWTWHISTLE1. When we come back, some trades have already started, and we had some new ones that happened yesterday. We're going to react to those next on Blow the Whistle on SportsTownChicago.com.
Chicago sports for sure.
SportsTownChicago.com.
It's the summer of coffee at Dunkin' Donuts. To reach peak summer mode, you need your summer coffee. Like a smooth new s'mores frozen Dunkin' coffee, a refreshing butter pecan iced coffee, or a sweet coconut cream by cold brew. What could be better than an iced or frozen coffee on a hot summer day? Nothing. Dunkin' Donuts has all your favorite flavors this summer. So come enjoy the summer of coffee and keep cool out there, kids. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
When car dealers fight for your business, you win. AutoJudo.com makes car buying fun by letting dealers compete for your business live. Real-time AutoJudo fights are the fast and easy new way to get multiple dealers' best offer on any car you want. It's free and anonymous. Only the dealer you select as the winner of your AutoJudo fight receives your contact info. You're never obligated to buy, so test drive your best deals now at AutoJudo.com. Dealers fight, you save.
Yo, check it out. We got the finest pizza in all the land. Italian Fiesta is on deck, and I'm telling you, it's a hit. These pies don't miss. No matter what time you get the munchies. Pepperoni, extra cheese, turkey Italian sausage, they got all the toppings. Italian Fiesta delivers until midnight during the week and 1 a.m. on the weekends. Plus, you can use your Uber Eats or Grubhub if you got the app. And if you ain't rocking with the pizza that night, try one of their sandwiches or pasta. And they have plenty of side dishes, just like me, if you know what I mean. Hop online and go to ItalianFiesta.com or call 773-684-2222. Piece of pizza, that is.
There's only one place to watch your favorite sports team and have mouth-watering pizza. Come on down to Moretti's Pizzeria, where you can get a pizza for half the price every Tuesday. Try out our delicious varieties of pizza, sandwiches, and much more. I don't know about you, but a gooey mac and cheese pizza with a size of cheesy mozzarella sticks and watching sports sounds like paradise to me. Stop by at one of our 12 locations near you. We're open 7 days a week, anywhere from 10:30 a.m. to midnight. Visit our website, Moretti'sRestaurants.com, for delivery, catering, and even private parties. Moretti's, we bring the fun.
Did you know that Club New in Aurora is the ultimate entertainment complex? Monday nights, it's free football and darts in the sports bar. Tuesday night is league night. Join the pool and darts team. Wednesday night is ladies' night at Club New. All the ladies get in free. Gentlemen pay a $5 cover after 9 p.m. Thursday night starts the weekend off right with college flashback night. Low price drinks, retro music, and an awesome buffet. Friday and Saturday night, it's the hottest dance club in the suburbs. Club New Nightclub and Sports Bar is located at 2121 New York Street in Aurora.
You've tried the it places, but they leave you hungry with an empty wallet. That's where Gretel comes in. They got what you really want. Visit their chic, lounge-like gastropub and try one of Chicago's top burgers, the Gretel Griddle Burger. The house-made bun and garlic aioli set this one apart from the rest. And don't miss half-price oysters, 4 to 6, Monday through Thursday. With rotating drafts, craft cocktails, and portions that don't skimp. This is one of Logan Square's best-kept secrets. Monday through Thursday, 11 to midnight. Friday and Saturday, open till 1. 2833 West Armitage. Gretel, let's make this a night. Visit GretelChicago.com for menu and more.
Welcome back here on Blow the Whistle.
It was 3, bro. I was
Got faked out a
I'm
little
still trying to
bit.
I'm still trying to get used to it. It's 1, 2, 3, 4.
3.
Yeah, I know it used to be opposite way, but
We have a confusing mic situation, folks.
We
It's
do.
changing. Like last time I was in here, it wasn't like that.
I can't remember.
I don't know, dude. I don't know,
Yeah,
whatever.
dude.
Yeah, I don't know, people touching stuff, but
Ah,
welcome back
jeez.
here to Blow the Whistle on Sports Town Chicago. Seeing us live here on YouTube. Follow all of our social media platforms at BlowTWhistle1, BLOWTWHISTLE1. We just previewed the Bulls drafting at 12. We're all pretty much sitting there thinking they're not trading up. They're going to be sitting there at 12 since they haven't traded up since 2009, and majority of us we're all picking big man, either Derek Queen or Asa from Georgia. I was about to say Georgetown, Georgia, but there was another guy that you mentioned about from Georgetown. But we're going to dive into some trades have already happened before the NBA draft, and so we had some that happened yesterday. There was a 3-way trade between the Celtics, Hawks, and the Nets, where it's going to send Kristaps Porzingis and a second-round pick to the Hawks, Terrence Mann, and Atlanta's 22nd pick for this year to the Nets, and then George Niang and a second-rounder to the Celtics. So a lot of movement there. And then I'm going to just mention these next two, and then we'll break down we'll go back around and we'll bring it up again. But the Pelicans, this was a big one. Pelicans are trading CJ McCollum and Kelly Olynyk and a future second-round pick to the Wizards for Jordan Poole and Sadiq Bey and the 40th pick of the draft. And then finally, but not least, the Trailblazers forward Matisse Thybulle. Oh, that's not a trade. He's just picking up his $11.5 million player option. We don't care. We don't care. But let's talk about this 3-way trade, because now I want to talk more about the Celtics, because a lot of things are going around that after they just moved Porzingis and he's going to Atlanta. Do we know exactly what the Celtics received, the Celtics got out of that?
Boston got Georges Niang. They got a future second-round pick.
Oh, okay, that's right, to the Celtics. So they got a little player, but everything that I'm hearing too is that Jaylen Brown could be on the move.
I mean, are they selling? They're selling, yeah.
They might be.
Well, I think with this move, that means that the two guys are staying.
And Drew Holiday leaving too.
That's Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday getting traded to Portland.
For Simmons.
But they did. Here's the thing, though. I think what they got back was a cheaper version of Drew Holiday, because Anthony Simons is a really good defensive point guard that can still give you points.
Yeah.
So I think you just trade. You're just trying to loosen your cap.
You're losing less defense is less defensively, but I think offensively he's better than Drew.
Well, he's still good defensively. He's just
but Drew Holiday's a beast.
Drew Holiday's a lockdown. I got the perimeter.
Right.
Anthony Simons, I got the perimeter, but he's like, but I can also go get a bucket too. So good on them. But yeah, the Celtics, I think this is just, we got to clear the space for the apron so that we can keep Tatum and Brown and not have to pay so much into it. So
exactly.
It was reported this morning that there's several teams in the top 10 in this draft that have been making offers for Jaylen Brown and Derek White as well.
Wow, Derek White. Yeah.
So I mean, we could be seeing some movement there tonight as far as with Jaylen Brown and Derek White. I mean, I could see that, you got to make some move to get some money for Jason Tatum. But I mean, you're talking about restarting the whole thing over.
If you're Brooklyn, you've got 5 first-round picks.
So you're getting rid of everybody just to pay Tatum. I mean, that's basically so it's
pretty much.
It's just going to be Tatum.
That's
Tatum and company.
Tatum and company.
That's the difficult thing. Jaylen Brown really stepped up for them a lot over the last few years, but Jason Tatum is still kind of deemed the guy.
Yeah.
And it's but one guy's doing a lot more work sometimes over the other.
Exactly.
It's so hard. Which one do you really want to keep? Which one do you really want to get rid of? I don't know. That's the hard thing.
It is tough. I mean,
but if I guess if you can get Jaylen Brown, great. I don't know what Boston would be getting then in terms of who they're looking for in the draft.
What they got? What pick do they have? Boston.
Boston's got the
20-something.
26th pick, I want to say.
I mean,
or maybe the 24th pick, I think. I'm pretty sure.
28th.
28th pick.
Wow.
They got a ways.
Yeah, they got a ways. Yeah.
And so if they're looking to rebuild, then you might have to trade away some of these guys. The only thing for me though is, for anyone I don't know, to use up a top 10 pick. I don't know if Jaylen Brown's that guy that can really be a leader for your team. I mean, I don't get me wrong, he's a hell of a player.
He's a piece.
100%,
But he needs someone to compliment him, and a star to compliment him. I don't think he's a guy, I think that's what Washington thought Jordan Poole was going to be. And now he's heading over to New Orleans, which again, I don't know how much. I mean, he's in a better situation, way better situation over there. I mean,
Then Washington.
I think you can do something.
Not by much though.
Not by much, but I mean,
Brandon Ingram.
Brandon Ingram and then
No,
Zion.
Brandon Ingram's not even there. He's Zion.
No, he's in. Brandon Ingram's in Toronto.
He's in Toronto. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
He
Oh my
moved.
God.
So that's the thing. New Orleans and Washington are like
Zion,
this for
yeah.
everybody. They're just underneath each other in terms of badness.
Zion's just
Yeah.
playing some pickup games
Zion,
at LA
yeah,
Fitness.
that's
That's
all
what it's
he's
like
doing
playing for
there.
the Pelicans.
He
But
doesn't know the word fitness.
He broke the
Beignets.
floor. Dude. He also. Dude.
some beignet curls.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Jaylen Brown, like, but yeah, going back to Jordan Poole, I think Washington thought. I mean, he had some great success over in Golden State, but you need someone to compliment him, and I to me, that's where I think Jaylen Brown is. I mean, I don't think it's worth like one of these guys in the top 10. I think have a better chance of potentially being your franchise compared to Jaylen Brown. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Well, I think Jaylen Brown, he like you said, he's got to go to a place like. Listen, if Dallas were trading for him, like that would be like, okay, that makes sense because you've got Anthony Davis, Derek Lively, and obviously if Kyrie Irving comes back 100%, and I know he just signed his extension, but that's a team then you can say, okay, Jaylen Brown with them, and also they've got Klay Thompson too, of course, but
Right.
you put all those together, it's a pretty good roster that can probably win you 45, 50 games, get in the playoffs and be pretty competitive, maybe win in the first round. But outside of that, going to Washington, going to one of these other teams, it's not
It's not going to help you out. Yeah.
my only other thinking would be he goes to Philly, but Philly's so cramped. You've got Jared McClain who just showed his stuff, Tyrese Maxey, you've got
Embiid if
Paul
he's healthy.
George. Yeah, Embiid if he is healthy.
If he's healthy, yeah.
That's the thing is like where else in that top 5, top 10 could he go? There's some teams, sure. Spurs is a maybe.
Yeah.
They're the maybe, but like are they giving up the 2 to get Jaylen Brown? Or are they going to package things together to make sure they keep that second overall pick and they keep Jaylen Brown then as, a 2 or a 3, potentially moving him to the 3? That's the thing is that I don't know who's going to sacrifice that top pick for Jaylen Brown. As good as I think he's a top player in the league,
Yeah.
I just don't
The
know.
perfect way to put it is like he's a high level 2.
Yeah.
Like he's a really high level 2, but he needs that star player.
Yeah.
On that, like Jason.
He has his
Jason
moments.
Tatum. Yeah, exactly. He has his own. Of
Let's
course.
throw some fun hypotheticals. What would Boston have to give up? Let's say Jaylen Brown and Derek White.
Mm-hmm.
What else would they have to give up to get that number 1 pick from Dallas?
2 firsts.
2 first.
2 future first
2 future firsts. That would be this year's.
and Derek White and Jaylen Brown.
Yes.
That's a lot.
Because you're dismantling a team that just won a championship 2 years ago. So what you're giving up now is essentially saying we're going to be bad for a little while because Cooper Flag, as good as he is, he's going to need a little bit of coaxing while he gets in the league. So there's going to be some pretty nice picks.
Him and Tatum up.
But I would say put protections on those picks.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you can just say you can't do what Orlando did and just be like 4 unprotected first round picks for Desmond
there you
Bane.
go.
And everyone went, what?
4
What are you
unprotected.
crazy?
Dude.
I did like we said on Monday. That blows my mind that happened, and
Desmond
then
Bane, yeah.
Luka Doncic is like 1 first round pick unprotected, and it's like, huh?
That one. is crazy.
Something's off there.
Something-
Something's real
something-
off there.
And that's where I'm thinking, like, I don't know. Dallas's GM, he's kind of a doofus.
Well-
and so, I mean, we could see some stupid move.
Yeah.
Even though, again, like I
Nico
said it
would have to
before,
get a haul of a lifetime.
Yes.
Like you're talking like the Rudy Gobert trade has to happen.
Because his throat is on like a silver platter right now for these fans right now. They've been saying fire Nico for the last half of the
That's the
season.
thing when
because
the
of Luka.
fan base is against you, when your
Yes,
coach
yeah.
is looking at you with daggers, and the locker room sounds confused.
Mark Cuban's
Mark
rubbing his
Cuban-
head.
Yeah,
who's the minority owner even still is kind of like, I don't understand
Loses
what
mind.
happened
Exactly,
here.
yeah.
You're kind of on thin ice, especially around the league. Like, I'm sorry. Like, yeah, you got the number 1 pick, but if this doesn't work out and you don't go back to the playoffs and the finals in 3 to 5 years, he's probably out of a job.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
More than likely. All right, let's go. Let's react to some of the other picks. Or the other trade. So the Pelicans trading C.J. McCollum and Kelly Olynyk and a future second rounder to the Wizards for Jordan Poole and Sadiq Bey and the 40th pick of the draft. This one, I mean, not much of a needle mover for me. I mean, to me, I think the Wizards might have gotten a little better. I mean, you got more of a veteran guard in CJ
relative
McCollum.
And you
Yeah.
have Chris Middleton too as a 3 spot. I mean, it's
And then you got like a bigger man in Kelly Olynyk, but I mean, again, not much of a needle mover for me. These are two below average teams just making below average moves.
These are two of the worst teams in the NBA.
Yeah.
They just made a move with each other, and it didn't do anything for anybody.
it
I'm
did
sorry.
nothing.
I mean, playing tournament.
Yeah, the Wizards.
teams.
The Wizards got a score in
Exactly.
CJ McCollum, and he kind of distributes the ball. I don't know what Jordan Poole is anymore. I don't know. You know, we all thought he was going to be good, and now he's not been good, and I don't know if this is going to help him or not. I have no idea. All I know is I'm looking at these two teams going, you both could easily botch the draft. Like, that's where I'm sitting at, is I just look at them both and I just go, you both could easily just mess this up.
Yeah.
Like, this is where they take one of them's probably going to take Ace Bailey, and you're going to get a head case. Good luck to you.
Good
Like,
luck.
that's all I can. Like, was it the Wizards are picking 5th and the Pelicans are picking
6.
7 or 6.
Yeah, the Wizards
So
are
one of
picking
those
6.
two, I think, is picking Ace Bailey because he's just fallen out of the top 3. Because they're going to go, oh, he's got so much potential and he's so talented. It's like, yeah, but he's so obsessed with himself.
Yeah.
Like, he's
Yeah.
got no team game to himself, apparently, from what I'm hearing. So, I don't know. This did nothing for me.
Yeah.
It does
I mean,
absolutely
honestly,
nothing. Absolutely
I
nothing.
saw it and I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah,
Like, that's
Jordan
not-
Poole,
reaction. Yeah,
CJ,
exactly.
CJ. Well, my favorite was somebody was like, I forgot CJ McCollum was still in the league. Someone's like, did you not know the Pelicans were a thing too? And he's like, I'll be honest, there were a couple games where I forgot they were a thing too.
I mean, he was relevant in Portland with Dame. I mean, that's it.
That was his prime.
That's it.
He
And
kind
now
of
he's done.
revitalized himself for like a couple years there when
Yeah.
the Pelicans were like at their best, but outside of that, like he's just been
Where is he? Like
he's
really,
just a very mid-table kind of guy, and he's talented.
Yeah.
All these guys are talented. Don't get me wrong,
Yes,
but
yeah.
he's just very meh
Mid-
when it comes to the
he's-
NBA. It just really is.
He really, he's just kind of fallen down a little bit. I mean, it could be age too. How old is he?
He's older.
He's
He's
getting
on
older.
the older end.
2, I want to think. 33.
So I mean, he's
Yeah.
getting
Up there.
there, but the biggest bummer for me is Jordan Poole because I mean he was a dog. in Golden State, hell, they were talking about he was gonna be their future.
He always
once
should have
Steph
been.
retires.
He always should have been a bench guy.
Yeah.
Should have
Yeah.
been Lou Williams. Just
Yeah,
coming
Lou
off the
Williams,
bench,
yeah.
That's a
scoring
good one.
shots
Nice
for you.
Lou Williams,
Yeah. Because once he got into the starting lineup, you could see he was like, oh, this is tough. What do you mean I got to play defense? What do you mean I got to bring up the ball all the time?
Defense. We don't play that here in the NBA. Come on now. Let's
Defense.
go.
Not in Washington.
Not in Washington. Yeah, especially not in
They
Washington.
barely play basketball
They
in
barely
Washington.
do.
Washington's the team that I saw somebody, I don't know who it was, I can't credit you, I apologize. I saw it on Twitter. Somebody was like, Washington Wizards are the reason there should be relegation in the NBA.
Yeah,
like there
seriously.
isn't soccer. One of these G League teams should be promoted ahead of them every year that they suck. Like
Just have him
seriously.
have him play a game of 21, and
He need to go pick up
whoever
Jordan
wins,
again, dude.
whoever wins, you swap the roster out.
Jordan made them relevant, dude. They need to go pick up Jordan again for
I
retirement.
see- like the only
all.
guy they've got is Alex Sarr.
I mean, that's
Like, and that's your rookie last year, and that's pathetic.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's just bad.
And this is where I going to the with the draft, going back to the draft a little bit, and just the overall of the lottery draft. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not a fan of it. I really don't. Like, I get it's supposed to like prevent teams from tanking, but Washington wasn't intending to tank. They just sucked, and they were really bad. And now they're getting screwed, where they could have had a guy like Cooper Flagg that could save this organization, but now you like with this mock draft, you could be getting the potential head case in Ace Bailey at pick number 6. I mean, I don't know. I like the traditional worst to best in the draft.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they're gonna tank for 10 years and get all these first round. Like, what are they expecting? Like, they're gonna want to win eventually. They're not gonna want to tank for the 5 years in a straight.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not gonna work. It should be worst to best. I think 100%. The lottery is annoying too. Even baseball, like whatever. I'm switching over to baseball. The Sox have been the worst team in quite a while, and
Yeah.
they haven't gotten the first pick
Yeah.
in quite a while. So I mean,
Well, that's because of
it's-
that stupid rule that you can't have
Yeah,
the
exactly.
top pick or whatever in back-to-back years.
It's
which
just
is just
weird. Yeah, exactly. It's
ridiculous.
weird. It's dumb. But
if
these
you're
are
bad,
rules.
you're bad, and you need help.
Yes,
And that's
exactly.
how you
Give
get
them
help.
the first pick of the
For
draft,
God's
dude. I mean,
sakes.
for God's sake.
Well, and that's because the Philadelphia 76ers gauged the system, which, by the way, didn't really work, did it?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you kind of put yourself in a bed. Oh, we got this guard and we got this guy. Yeah, got a center. We got a guy who thinks he's a guard, and we got a guy who it's just it's a mess. But you know what? For what the draft is, I mean, I'm fine with the lottery pick draft. I'm fine with it. I understand it. I just there's some teams I just think should not be picking.
Yeah,
honestly, there's just some teams that don't deserve a draft or don't even really need a draft pick, even too.
Yeah.
Like, does OKC really need more picks after this point in time? Like, they've got more. They still got a bunch of first round picks even after that, up to 2030.
They're still
or something
picking
like
up. They're still picking at 15.
I know.
Like,
they're the ones
still
that are being
picking high.
viewed
They're
to pick
still
Derek
picking
Queen.
They
Possibly.
could have Derek Queen in that starting 5. I mean, that's unbelievable. That would be.
And not even that, just coming off your bench. Just that guy coming off your bench is enough. It's insane.
They're saying it was a Mickey Mouse ring this year. I heard a lot about it. It was a Mickey Mouse ring because Tyrese got hurt in Game 7.
Right.
And they had to go. I think it was somebody else. Ant got hurt.
Yeah.
Ant was hurt the whole series. So
listen, man.
I don't know. It was
what happens happens.
Yeah,
There's nothing you can
can't
do about
control it.
injuries
Yeah,
and
exactly,
stuff.
yeah.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
Don't know what to tell you.
Sorry, I went through, and this one, I forgot this mock draft has the full both 2 rounds.
Yeah.
And I think it's safe to say that they might be keeping the Bulls might be keeping Josh Giddey because they have the Bulls with the 45th pick drafting Lachlan Olbrook from Australia.
The Australian.
There you
So
go.
A land down under.
there's your tough guy
over in
too.
Chicago. Before we get out of this segment, I want to ask you guys: any teams here do you think that could be making a potential splash of trading into the top 5? So in the top 5, you got the Dallas Mavericks, you got San Antonio Spurs, Sixers, Hornets, and then the Utah Jazz. I mean, we were just talking about the Wizards just out there in the top 5 that after that you're kind of looking at plug and play type of guys. I mean, no true starters right off the get-go, but any teams outside of that top 5 that you could see be making a trade up?
I think, as we said, Boston, because they're getting rid of everybody.
Yeah.
So
Boston could.
Boston's probably
Could make
really
that
high
big
now.
jump.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially that big jump.
So you're like more like top 10. I don't know about
Top 10?
Top 5
Yeah.
would be a lot for Boston,
I
but
guess, yeah, top 10.
they
would
might be doing it.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. They get rid of Drew Holiday and maybe Jaylen Brown and Chris Stapps. So I don't know. Yeah, I mean, Atlanta.
I don't know what
think
Atlanta's
Brown,
got
I think
though.
So they got nobody. They got
offer.
Trae Young.
Yeah, I mean, with
That's
the
the
move
guy
they
they
just made too. So I don't know if there's anybody that would trade into the top 5. I think there's some splashes in terms of like players in this draft that could come out of it. I mean,
Yeah.
because that's the one thing I've been looking at. Like, again, Derek Queen, Asanuor, 2 guys, Thomas Sorber. Yes, I know the guys I listed for the Bulls. I do think are going to be
Yeah.
guys who can pop off. I mean, outside of that, Nick Clifford from Colorado State's a guy I would look at. He's the guard who just outscored the world for Colorado State, just leading them hand over foot in wins. Igor Demin, I think, is going to be a dude for you too, just because of his versatility. I'm a little suspect with Walter Clayton. I know a lot of people are high on him because of what he did at Florida, but if he doesn't have to do too much, okay, fine. I understand it. But one guy that I think could really surprise us is Will Riley from Illinois. A lot of people think he's going to go later in the draft, and I think whoever gets him could be getting a stud.
Will Riley, yeah.
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of him going to Brooklyn, and if Brooklyn gets
26.
him,
Yeah, going
that's
back,
it's the thing is you get him. I think you've got your forward that can be your scoring guy for a long time.
Yeah.
He can be your face. Too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So those are I would just say. Otherwise than that, I don't know if anybody's going to make the bold move
Any
to try
team
and
would
move
go
up.
Yeah, I wouldn't say anything.
Other than Brooklyn. Brooklyn's the only one because of all the picks they've got.
They've got,
Yeah,
but
but
they can't
they-
afford that. Yeah,
They
can
have
afford
to fall in love with somebody, and I'm assuming whoever they're trading up with, they're gonna want 8.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Brooklyn's gonna want to give up 8 necessarily.
exactly.
Yeah, that's
So-
going to be a lot because they obviously don't have players to.
They don't have a
Back
team.
up.
They don't have a team
at all.
to
They don't have
trade
a
that
team
way.
at all. They don't have any.
like nobody
I don't even
of-
think they got a starting 5 they could actually put out. I think they've just got
Nobody of
Claxton.
value, dude.
Yeah.
Exactly. They have
It's
nobody.
Nick Claxton, and that's it.
That's it,
And
yeah.
he's the only guy that they can really fundamentally trade and actually, I think, get another pick for. And at this point, I think everyone's going to go, I'm not giving you any more first. You're not taking a third of the draft.
I mean, I don't know how many more first-round future first-rounders that OKC has, but they could just throw the big middle finger and just be like, you know what, let's F around and let's trade up because we already got our future. These kids are like 1 year old.
They're so young, dude. I mean, they're 25 on average. I mean, that's unbelievable.
We brought it up on Monday, Frankie, and there was a point in time that the average age of the Thunder roster was younger than the average age of the Oklahoma Sooners.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They were young.
It's unreal.
And they're still young as all hell. Yeah. So, I mean, who knows? They already got their future. They could just say, F it, let's just get someone else.
Yeah, might as well. Yeah.
But, all right, that is going to wrap up our NBA draft talk for today. Let us know what you guys think on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, Blow T Whistle 1. When we come back, we are going to go and do a little mailbag. We're going to answer some of you guys' questions. Andrew's got a bunch of them lined up, and I'm very excited because you guys have asked some fantastic questions. So we're going to be doing that next here on Blow the Whistle on SportsTownChicago.com.
He's right there.
It's the bottom of the 7th inning. The last chance to order beer. But we didn't come here to drink beer. We came here to win this ball game.
Chicago's so lucky.
SportsTownChicago.com.
1, 2, 3 into the 4. Pizza at your house and you can get it at the store. Uh-oh, here we go. Chicagoland area. Little Caesars is heating up for the summer. Try our new Crazy Puffs, $3.99. Walk in or delivery. 7 days a week. 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. filled with cheesy mozzarella pepperoni pizza sauce, buttery garlic flavored drizzle, Italian herb and Parmesan seasoning, deep dish Detroit style pizza $7.99, super cheesy bread $5.99, hot and ready combo $12.99, and for your daily deals, go to LitCaesars.com. Oh, Little Caesars, with our crazy puffs and cheesy dreams, you light up my soul with your pepperoni schemes. With every slice we share, with every moment we dare in this piece of love affair, so you didn't hear that just here. You don't want to miss out on these delicious deals. Visit your Chicagoland area Little Caesars today. Cheese, cheese, cheese.
Nobody does food better than our friends south of the border. If you're looking for delicious, authentic Mexican food in Chicagoland's backyard, check out the Totopos restaurant. Try their quesadillas, burritos, or my favorite, the 3-taco combo with steak and extra chipotle salsa.
Muy caliente.
Even have breakfast for early risers. Totopos is the highest rated Mexican restaurant in Naperville on Yelp. Once you try it, you'll understand why. Visit totoposnaperville.com for their menu, special offers, and online ordering on Grubhub. Pickup or delivery. Totopos restaurant, open nightly until 8:30, closed on Sundays, located next to the Jewel on Aurora Avenue in Naperville. Experience fresh, homemade Mexican at Totopos restaurant.
I got an affordable family-owned restaurant for you that won't cost you an arm and a lamb. It's Goodies in River Grove. My Goodies order never changes. A gyros, not a gyro. Smother it in sauce and hot fries on the side for less than $9. If I'm really starved, I'll add a chicken kebab to my order. Looking for more? Try a juicy cheeseburger, Chicago-style hot dogs, or a toasty corned beef meal. I can walk in 7 days a week, dine with my family, or call 708-583-1700. Pick it up and enjoy it at home. Can't stop in? Not a problem. Goodies delivers through Grubhub, DoorDash, and Seamless. Goodies is located at Cumberland, Belmont, River Grove. Goodies, bringing authentic Greek food to the Chicago.
It's the summer of coffee at Dunkin' Donuts. To reach peak summer mode, you need your summer coffee, like a smooth new s'mores frozen Dunkin' coffee, a refreshing butter pecan iced coffee, or a sweet coconut cream pie cold brew. What could be better than iced frozen coffee on a hot summer day? Nothing. Dunkin' Donuts has all your favorite flavors this summer. So come enjoy the summer of coffee and keep cool out there, kids. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Looking for a great bargain? Want to find cool collectibles? Need to get fresh fruit and vegetables for the family? Come on down to Swap-O-Rama. 3 great locations, 42nd and Ashland in Chicago, Melrose Park in Ulsa, with hundreds of indoor and outdoor vendors selling clothing, tools, electronics, and much, much more. Have stuff for sale? Become a Swap-O-Rama vendor and turn your hidden treasure into cash. Visit their website for market days, hours, and vendor information. Go to swap-o-rama.com. Swap-O-Rama, the first name in flea markets.
Welcome back here, Blow the Whistle, SportsTownChicago.com. Tyler, Andrew, and Frankie Oliveri Marinara. I forgot.
Olivera Marinara. We get used to it, dude.
Yeah,
What happened?
I know.
You see, I fumbled it too. I got to get used to it.
Olivera. Well, you know what?
Marinara Olivera.
I screwed it up because
you guys were talking about
I have
my
your
name. It's Oliveira. It's not. It's Oliveri.
I knew it.
It is.
I knew it was Oliveri.
It is Oliveri, but I said I don't care. Whatever. You call me Olivera.
What do I say in the open?
Oliveira.
Oh,
But it doesn't.
yeah.
I mean, for me, it doesn't matter. A-I-E-I-O-U.
See, I thought your Cubs
is right, though.
jersey.
You're
I
right.
was like, your Cubs jersey was spelled wrong because it says
No,
Oliveri.
no, yeah.
Everyone's telling me it's Oliveira, but I was like,
I heard that part. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's Oliveri.
How do you pronounce it?
Oliveri.
it's Oliveri.
It is Oliveri.
Oliveri, yeah.
Oh.
Oliveri.
But we're just gonna go with Marinara Oliveira.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't
I
matter.
don't care.
Nona's gonna get all mad.
Is
That's
Nona
your
gonna-
name.
Is Nona gonna be mad?
Oh
though?
yeah, my dad say you mess up on my list and name you son of my gun. That's what they say. Well, I don't care. It's okay.
I'm sorry, Frankie's Nona.
Yes, we apologize. We
It's just-
apologize.
it flows a little better.
It works so well. if
Don't
you
worry,
could
she doesn't know nothing about YouTube, so don't worry about it. She ain't watching it. You know,
She get her hooked up.
Dude, she has her Kindle. She has on Facebook.
Every
FaceTime.
viewer counts.
I know, but what are you gonna do? She's on
Asleep
Facebook,
or
dude.
not.
Just put Sports Town Chicago YouTube on repeat on her TV.
Yeah.
She's a YouTuber. What's a YouTuber? That's what she said. Get out here with this YouTuber. That's what she says. I swear to God. Word for
That
word.
makes
YouTuber.
perfect sense. Exactly what my grandmother would say.
Exactly. Yeah. Those immigrants don't care about YouTube.
What are they YouTube? I say no como es. It's like TV, but it's on the internet. Ah, what is? All right.
So when my real quick, and then we'll get into the mailbag. When my grandmother was still alive, God rest her soul, we gave her a Roku stick, and
Dude, no.
she started getting dementia, which is I felt bad, but we made the mistake of having a Roku stick for her because there's so many different buttons on the Roku remote. You know what I mean?
Complicated. Yeah.
And so I had to like cover tape on some of these buttons. Like
Oh, yeah.
you don't need Hulu, you don't have Hulu. You can hit the Netflix button, and I'm like, this is gonna turn up your volume, this is gonna turn down the volume. I'm like, you
It's
don't
awesome.
need this, don't need that. So I covered it all up to make it easy for her. At first she tried to like write notes down.
didn't
like
work out.
Right.
what this arrow does, what this doesn't. I'm like, no, Grandma. I'm
It's
like,
not gonna work.
Let me just cover up the buttons you don't need. Like,
It's a good
and
idea.
just sharpen it out.
I was gonna say I just saw something like that. I think on TikTok or whatever, where it was like a giant piece of tape, but it had parts cut out of it for channel, volume, and then the power button. Everything else was covered.
taped
One
up, yeah.
giant piece of tape covering up everything except for these like three
cut 'em
buttons
out, yeah,
essentially.
it's
Yeah,
awesome, yeah.
and I was like, yeah, makes sense.
These old
Perfect.
timers, they don't know nothing. Yeah.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Help them out. Yeah. That's-
All right, let's transition over. And Frank, if you want to put like a little music bed underneath us, just
Yeah,
throw
absolutely.
something. Andrew's got some mailbag messages from you all listeners and stuff like that. So
Yes.
Andrew's gonna read them off, and they got some good questions, some interesting questions. I'm all ears because I'm excited.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I mean, we wanted to start off weird. We kind of start off a little weird with the sports stuff.
Let's get weird, baby.
By the way, if you want to send these questions at all to us, you guys have been sending us to the XBomb one. That's xbsportsofficial@gmail.com. You want to keep sending them, by all means, keep it up. But you can also send them as well to blowtwhistleradio@gmail.com too. You guys send them over there as well. We'll be able to get them more mailbag stuff kind of together as well. Because don't forget, we're going to be doing some weekend stuff eventually here soon too. So we want to make sure to get some mailbag stuff over to the boys so they can read some stuff on the weekends as well. So make sure to do that too. But this first one, this came from our guy Josh. Josh is from
Hey,
right
Josh.
here in the middle of
Josh.
he says middle of nowhere, Illinois. So somewhere down there in the
Down
south.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah, probably where my in-laws live.
There we go.
Boy, that drive was fun. Oh, look, a cow, another cow, a lot of cow.
So much corn.
I wanted
So
to.
much
I was so close to calling you on. I was like, where are we going? I knew.
Follow this road, and then they'll take you somewhere.
I got stuck behind two tractors. I'm not joking.
That's-
Two tractors to
that's
go
crazy.
down
That's
there,
so-
and then one to go home. Might have been the same one. But Josh asked us. He's like, I recently looked up the history of the Olympics, and he was taken back. I'm using my words there. Taken back at the fact that there were so many weird sports that have been in the Olympics, such as pigeon shooting, art competitions, pistol dueling, and tug of war, along with a bunch of others.
About breakdancing.
Yeah,
That's a new
so
one.
he asked us. He said, out of all these weird ones that have happened, is there any one that we would bring back, or is there any sport that we would possibly implement, or is there anything we would implement into the Olympics for like a new kind of sport, essentially?
I would love to see dual shooting, whatever that is. What is it,
Dual
just straight up
shooting. Pistol shooting, yeah.
Just stay up pistol shooting, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
I would love to see tug of war.
Tug of war.
I think
is
tug
awesome.
of war
Yeah,
would be
that
cool.
awesome.
That would be cool.
You got like
Pro
I don't know,
tug of war guys.
got USA and France, just pulling a tug of
Big
war.
man, yeah, dude.
One that came in my mind that I would think would be fun to see them implement: dodgeball.
Yes, that
That
would be amazing.
You're talking about the greatest sport to ever play in gym class.
In gym
That's
class,
true.
and now they banned it. They
I know.
banned it. Now
Yeah.
you can't even play it, or headshots don't count.
I know.
I know,
You have to
but-
go to Dave and Buster's to go play the game now.
No, I want to see dodgeball. Man,
That'd be
that's
good.
intense and fun. And I mean, and that's the thing too. Like, yeah, in grade school and high school is like we play with the foam balls. Like they don't hurt.
Yeah, exactly.
We weren't like whipping like.
Well,
back in our parents'
there was
days,
always that one kid that knew how to throw them because he was like in baseball,
Should
and
play
so
baseball,
he
exactly. That's
knew
what-
he was in baseball, so
Slider.
yeah, he knew how to throw like a
Sliders,
curveball.
the curves, yeah.
And he just like come and whack some kid in the face.
Well, you know,
Oh, that always made my day. That's always funny.
the girls and the boy, dude. Oh man, not trying to be mean, but when you have a chance, a girl with a dodgeball in the mouth. Oh my god, dude!
Dodgeball in the
Hey,
right to the face,
listen,
dude.
listen. Sometimes if you want a date to the dance, is how you do it.
Exactly. Plus, it's a flirtatious thing. I was about to
Yeah.
say, like, you out, you know.
That's
it.
how I did it.
One thing leads
Worked-
to another.
Worked for
Exactly.
me.
There you go.
I had
See?
my friend beam a girl in the face with a dodgeball. She went down and I went, "Oh my god, are you okay?" Boom.
Yeah,
Boys
there you
got
go.
to dance to the
There
winter
you go.
formal.
You care
So,
about it.
I doned my buddy's girlfriend in the head with a. This was in volleyball, and we were on the same team.
Dude.
This is the funniest part because she played volleyball.
So she was
And
like ahead of you, and you just.
she was like ahead of me, and I was just like, she was just saying, "I got it." I'm like, "No, I got it." And I just
Oh, you
went to go.
you bumped it into
bump
her?
it and just domed her right in the face. It was great. My buddy was just like, "Die, what the hell?" And I'm like, "Yo,
That's
she
awesome.
was in my way."
there you go. There you go. Exactly.
She's got to clear the air, man. Come on.
I said I got it.
Yeah, yeah, she didn't move.
I know.
She didn't move away in
I
time.
said I got it.
I don't really. I know a lot of people would like this probably. I'm not a fan because it's hard for me to watch. Competitive eating though, I think is one that a lot of
Yeah.
people would probably want to see in there. Because
Yeah.
as much as we watch it here in the America with Nathan's and all that stuff, I mean, if you say, well, Joey Chestnut, versus I forgot his
Yeah,
name
10 gold
now.
medals by now. Dude. That guy, Joey,
the
yeah.
Japanese guy that competes.
That
he's competed against.
Yeah, I know. Who
I-
you're talking about.
Joey competes against.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He had the rivalry against the ESPN 30 for 30 that's about him. I'm so sorry about this. I can't remember his name. But that would be cool to be able to kind of see those guys compete on an Olympic level against others like in the world, like from Germany, from Norway, from Russia, from Australia. Because, look, everybody eats, right? Everybody eats food, and it would be something to see the entire world be able to compete. Yeah.
I think it's
Takeru
Takeru Kobayashi.
Kobayashi. Yes, Kobayashi.
His
yes.
nickname was Tsunami.
Yes.
Tsunami. Oh man.
The most ripped dude I've ever seen shoves so much
That's
food in his
badass.
mouth.
I love
You shove
it.
pigs in the mouth.
Exactly.
Go Cowboys.
Hey.
Yeah, there you go.
I love that he goes by Tsunami.
That is great.
That's
But
so
I
good.
would. That's one that again. I kind of cringe at watching it just because it's like it's hard to watch that kind of stuff. But at the same time, I think it would be interesting to see like Joey Chestnut and Kobayashi, who have competed on the American level against every best eater like in the world.
Yeah,
that would be something.
That would be amazing.
I love how another thing you can throw in there because it's been growing here in the U.S. is that was it Power Slap?
Oh, dude, the slapping with Dana,
Put
the
that
Dana
in-
owns,
yeah.
Dana White.
Put that
Oh
in
my
the Olympics.
god,
The
Just-
pro slapping.
Yeah, people
whatever it
slapping
is.
each
knocking
other.
each other out,
Yeah.
and that would be amazing. That would be awesome.
They actually have guys from
How about
around the world that
boxing? Is
are
it
in
boxing?
there. Boxing's in.
Boxing's in,
Yeah,
like
boxing's
UFC.
in.
He's a UFC style, like octagon.
No,
MMA,
it is
MMA,
just straight
no?
up boxing.
It's just straight up boxing.
MMA would be interesting.
That would be a good
because
one.
That'd
they
be
do
cool,
have jujitsu and they do have all the other mixed martial arts in there. They don't have UFC MMA.
And there's a
though.
lot of guys from different
Anything
countries,
goes, yeah,
or
exactly,
women
exactly,
too,
yeah.
from different countries that compete at the UFC.
Yeah.
Like that would be fun.
That would
That'd
actually
be
be a
fun.
good one. I would
MMA
like
would be
to
awesome.
see.
I loved watching UFC.
Not John Jones anymore.
Just like
though,
karate
so.
and stuff. Yeah, not John Jones. Oh yeah, yeah. Retired.
Yeah.
he
John
done.
Bones, he's gone. Dude, that's a terrible way to
Hung
go
up
out
the
too.
gloves.
Tom, you wanted to fight Tom Aspinall.
I was gonna,
and
dude. I was gonna say if we were gonna do "You're Killing Me, Smalls," that was gonna
That
be
was
mine
100%,
because just
yeah.
first off, the way you say goodbye to him, like he is an all-time great, but at the same time, dude, why are you running from Tom Aspinall?
Should have done the fight.
He should have been champ when he won
Even
in
if he would have
2023.
lost, we would respect him. Then,
Yeah.
he can leave.
He should have. Tom Aspinall should have won the championship in
exactly.
2023 when he took the place of John Jones.
Yeah,
and beat Popovich. So that's my 2 cents on that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
any others you guys got?
Nah, I
I
can't.
really like dodgeball. If they were
Dodgeball would be
that
cool.
awesome.
I think the competitive eating would be fun, but I'm in the same boat as you. I'm not a big fan of it.
No,
to me, it's just kind of gross.
That's the thing. Like
Dipping hot dogs in water. And
I think
Yeah.
there's an intrigue to it, but personally myself at the same time, I'm kind of like,
I just
don't
think
know.
it's just you got these slobs.
I hate the
just-
whole like dip it in
disgusting.
water
Oh
and
my
eat
God.
it.
Like,
Yeah.
it just slides down. They don't even
Yeah,
chew.
like-
No.
There's just a bunch of hot dogs in there.
They-
Oh my
they-
God.
If my
want to
Italian
roast.
bread is wet,
Whole hot
yes,
dog.
okay.
Yeah,
Like,
yes.
that's the only thing I want
Yeah,
wet.
yeah.
I'm not
Okay.
gonna dunk my
Well, not
hot
the
dog
only
bun
thing,
in
but-
water. Like that's disgusting. I need condiments too.
You were exercising.
No way.
Yeah, it's like what? It's like so. It's the only thing I want wet. Well, not the only thing I want wet.
How you doing, ho?
This is not for kids. We said that.
Yeah,
it's not, for kids.
I think we put it on there. It's not for
Yeah,
kids.
we did. I made
Oh,
sure.
did we? Yeah.
Today's
No, we
episode-
did it. I
Oh,
made
okay,
sure. I
good.
made sure.
Yeah, you never know what's gonna come out of our mouths.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, some of these other sports, if you could, well, one pitch and shooting is never coming back. Peter would never allow that.
Yeah, no.
Sorry, I mean, yeah. I don't.
Well, wait, are they talking about clay pigeons though?
No, they're talking about real pigeons.
Oh.
That's what this is.
Oh, they shoot like real
Pigeon
birds.
Yeah.
shooting. They
Well,
start
because shooting
killing-
is still a thing because now
Yeah.
they use the clay pigeons.
Yeah. Oh, they're talking about like real pigeons.
Yeah,
That's why I was
well-
confused. I'm like, I thought they had
Because
that.
at the 1900 Olympics in Paris, yeah, they shot live
pigeons.
birds, which is why they're clay pigeons, not real pigeons
Bring
anymore.
back Gladiator, dude. 2 men. Kill. Fight for the death.
That's actually been something that people have discussed.
Put in the
I've
Hunger
seen it.
Games.
Not Gladiator like kill each other, but it's the whole concept of like having like weapons combat, if you will, with armor on.
I would not
essentially.
like to be a part of it, but tell me something. That would be pretty cool.
I'd be down for that.
Two, like
I'd
two
like to
guys
see
fighting
that.
for the death of
Yeah.
them, dude.
Like some like medieval times
Yeah.
type
Medieval
of
time
deal.
stuff?
Give me
Yeah.
a samurai versus a
Like
guy in
two
a knight's
guys
armor.
that are willing to die for their life.
That's
against
like
each other.
that show that was on Spike TV. Remember? It was like
Warrior versus Warrior,
Yeah.
whatever it was, something
And they,
like that.
That'd
Pick
be-
different
Yeah, the-
generations of types of warriors, and like they did all the science and everything.
This
of, like,
is
who
their
would
armor
win.
strength. This is their weapon. Who wins in a
That'd be
fight?
sick.
That stuff was
I'd
cool.
be, I'd be
That'd
down
be-
for
I'd be
that.
down.
And I know they kind of talked about it, but there's the overwhelming fear of the danger. How do you
Yeah,
set it up and
yeah.
stuff? They wouldn't use. They said they probably wouldn't use real weapons. But there's that whole thing of like, well, you're taking something out of it. It's like, yeah, but you don't want people to die.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
We're not looking for that.
We're not that,
but it's
yeah.
the competition level of, right, but can you strike your opponent and take them down in a certain number of points? Like in fencing or any other kind of like
Fencing's cool,
combat
yeah.
sport on that
Fencing.
level.
I
You
like
get
watching
points for
fencing.
strikes.
Fencing I
So.
could watch, yeah.
Exactly. So I think something like that could possibly be done too.
All right.
All right.
What
But
else we got?
thank you for the question. We appreciate
Yeah,
that.
thank
buddy.
you. Josh?
Josh?
All right, this one came from Joey. Joey is from right here in Chicago. He said,
Joey.
Hey, Joe.
said, boys, I gotta ask you. I'm reading this like Frankie
Giuseppe.
does
Giuseppe.
because
We call him Giuseppe.
he's like, what's the most Chicago thing you ever Chicago'd in Chicago?
That's what he said.
That's what he said. I don't know what that means.
What's the most Chicago thing you ever Chicagoed in Chicago?
Yeah, I guess that means what's the most thing, like the most Chicago thing we've ever done within the city. So
Going to the Bean? The Sears Tower?
that's a touristy thing. You
Yeah, eating
can't-
pizza at the local Dino's. Dave Portnoy actually just reviewed
saw that.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
in my
I
house,
said I haven't
Harlem.
been to Dino's.
Dino's is good.
Where is it at?
My great grandpa knew Dino himself.
Really?
really,
They had a good conversation at
nice.
the table. It was a nice picture of them too. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Very
Oh, that's
cool,
kind of
yeah.
dope.
But,
then we
yeah.
got the inside track now.
There we go.
Yeah, get some good Dino's.
She asking for a sponsorship.
Oh man, what is the most Chicago thing I'd ever done in the city? I think it was at the Bean. I think I probably was eating like a beef or something. Like at not like I think I went to Al's Beef, got a beef. We went to the Bean. This is when with my ex or whatever, and I was wearing like a White Sox jersey. I think at the time. So
yeah. You got a White Sox jersey. Eating
yeah, I'm
beef
eating
at
a
the
beef.
Bean? I mean, that's pretty
yeah,
Chicago.
I think I had like a Bears hat on probably
There you
at the
go.
time.
Yeah, it's
So I
pretty
think that
Chicago
might have
right
been
there.
the most Chicago I'd ever been. I didn't take the picture though. She took the picture of the whole like, look, we're in the Bean. I'm like, I'm eating my food. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
I think
That's a weird question. It's kind of
I think I took
it's a
like
hard
a
question.
I think I took a shot of Malort at the
That's definitely
Chicago.
at the Cubs parade in 2016.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of just very Chicagoan, I guess.
Yeah, I would say that.
The other thing I would say, most Chicagoan thing I did was it had to do with my driving. And not me, I got in an accident. But I was behind the wheel and I yelled at someone because
Oh yeah, that's definitely
idiots
it.
on Lower Wacker don't know how four-way stops work.
Throwing up some middle fingers
And
too.
Emily was on the phone with me. And she said there's the way how I said it. Like, I'm not gonna say it for the sake of radio.
Yeah.
But I was driving, and it's my turn to go, and this dude's creeping up on me, like while I'm already going, because he just got there, because he was gonna blow the stop sign. I honk at him. He honks at me, and I just yelled the big F-bomb, just like, F you! And I, like, the way I said it, Emily's like, oh my God, you sound very, I'm like, yeah, like very Chicagoan.
Yeah.
Like, it was more of like a F-A-C-K.
Oh, there you go. I like those kind. I like that. I say that a lot.
Yeah. It was kind of more of like that.
That may actually be the most Chicago thing I think I've done too. Is I was on like Lake Shore or whatever, and somebody like cut in front of me, and I just gave him a what the like came on out of the window, and then he comes out like, what are you gonna do? And I'm like, how about I toss you out over the side?
There you go.
It all came out of me, and I was just like. Boy, that was a wrong. I was like, I went to a place there. I was like, that was something else.
It's probably the most. Yeah,
that might be the most Chicago thing I've ever done is yell at somebody.
I think that's like what it is.
On Lakeshore, and I've probably done it on Whacker a billion times at this point.
Yeah,
because nobody knows how to drive there ever.
I guess you could say like being able to know how to jump on different lines on the CTA to get to like certain places.
Yeah,
that's pretty Chicagoan, I guess. But like, as long as you don't put ketchup on your hot dog, that's that's Chicagoan.
Absolutely.
Always baptize your beef.
Baptize,
baptize it. Now that we got the Pope. That's what it's called.
Yeah,
Pope now. Yeah, it's called the Pope. Yeah, Bona, right? Bona beef. I think they changed the name.
They changed it to baptize. Either Bona or Portillo's.
Portillo, yeah.
One of the two.
Yeah.
So I would say that's
those two. Yeah,
those are the Chicagoan things that we've done.
Probably, yeah.
We got another one?
Yeah, we got one more. This one's more on the sports side.
Okay.
This one came from Josh. Josh is actually from Indianapolis, Indiana.
Josh in Indy.
Yeah.
How you
so
doing?
with the appreciated man.
Sorry, Josh.
All the best to you and your
all the
Pacers,
best.
my friend, because he is a Pacers fan. He noted all the teams he's a fan of. He's full on Indy all the way. So
All right.
right down to the Indianapolis 500. There's no team, by the way, but
Yeah,
I get him in a good race. It's
There
a
you
good
go.
race.
It's a good race.
But he asked us. He said, "What's the most? Who's the player that is like the most like an out of pocket player in sports that you have enjoyed watching yourself personally, like your favorite kind of nobody would have guessed he's your favorite player in that sport." He said it could be one sport, it could be multiple sports. He's like, it depends, and I figured that'd be a good one to kind of end on, since we can kind of just go through the four sports if we got one.
So
it doesn't have to be a star. It
doesn't
can
mean
kind
your
of be
favorite
like
player, but
And
like
not a Chicago guy either.
Yeah,
Let's try to make it not
yeah.
a Chicago guy. It has to be
Exactly.
someone out.
somebody kind of out of the blue. Like I would never guess like you would be a fan of that person, or like or somebody that would be like I didn't even remember that name kind of guy.
I actually have a handful. That I'm thinking on the top of my head. I'm gonna start off with Nate Robinson. I'm gonna go Bulls here.
Okay.
Nate Robinson. He was fun to watch during that era of the Bulls, as well as John Lucas III. You remember him?
Yes, I do remember John Lucas.
Let's see. I mean, Tariq Cohen's got to be up there as well. I know I'm going all Chicago right now, but now I'm gonna go outside of Chicago. And believe it or not, I used to be somewhat of a fan of the Oregon Ducks, and the reasoning for that is because of LaMichael James and DeAnthony Thomas.
Yeah.
Nice.
Those two, like everyone talked. You would talk about Tavon Austin being that human joystick with West
Those guys
Virginia.
were the ultimate threat.
DeAnthony Thomas was the true like joystick in college. That dude was. I expected so many big things for him in the NFL, but it just kind of fell short.
He still had a career.
He did.
Both of them did. LaMichael James too. So,
I'll think of some more, but those are the ones I'm thinking of right now. That, like you said, out of pocket.
Okay. For me, in the NFL, on the NFL side of things, he never made a Pro Bowl, even though I think he should have. He's the all-time leading receiver in the history of the New Orleans Saints. It's Marquise Colston. I had heard about this kid from Hofstra, last round draft pick. I mean, nobody really thought of him as anything. Big as a tight end.
Yeah.
And nobody gave him any credit, but Drew Brees fell in love with him, and I was amazed at his ability to just be able to catch the ball yards after the catch, and he knew where the marker was every third down. It's just incredible, and quietly helps that team get better and better every year until they reach the Super Bowl, and just goes under the radar, I think, as one of the better wide receivers of his time during the 2000s. Seriously,
That's
just
a good one.
An incredible, one of my favorites, one of my absolute favorites. I even have a signed football by him, which everyone's like, why? And I'm like, why not?
Yeah.
I'm like, I love the guy. He's even got one of the best commercials with those NFL profiles from the Pick Me draft ones or whatever, where he caught the balls behind him like this, like coming from behind. Like, come on. And he did that on his own, no after effects.
Yeah.
A couple of other ones that are coming to mind. I'm going back to college football. My true fandom, Nebraska Cornhuskers.
Mhm.
Rex Burkhead, still one.
Rex Burkhead, yeah.
Oh
He
my
was
God!
so talented.
Now I'm still thinking Amir Abdullah, in his time with Nebraska. More under the radar, Kenny Bell, wide receiver of Nebraska. He was a solid receiver, but you can look it up. You look up his name, the first thing that's going to come up on YouTube was his block in the Big Ten championship against Wisconsin, where they got a touchdown, but the corny ass refs called it back because it was such a big hit.
Yeah.
They just assumed it was a personal foul, and you can hear Gus Johnson like, "That's football, like that's football." That was he
laid into
he
that,
sent
dude.
this line. He was a linebacker.
Yeah.
Sent the Badgers linebacker like 5 yards. It was nasty, and that was I fell in love with that guy since. And he never really had a huge career in the NFL. He might still be floating around.
Yeah.
Maybe practice squad, but that block was what put him on the radar.
No, that was
awesome.
fantastic. Awesome stuff.
I mean, mine's hard. Mine's more recently. I really like.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Kevin White.
Okay.
Bears.
Really?
Bears, West Virginia. I mean, that was
You
a
liked him?
star receiver that I mean, he's of course a bust.
Yeah.
Because he got hurt. Is like
talking about, like,
2
during
weeks
his
in.
college
But
time?
during his college time, West Virginia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a stud.
He was a
supposed
dog.
to be a stud.
Dog.
Absolute dog. Him, I would say. I mean, Captain Kirk Heinrich. I mean, those guys.
Okay.
We're
That's a
talking
good
about
one.
like, yeah, it's a good one. Watch like watching play.
Yeah.
Kirk, yeah, 100%. It's underrated too, 100%. Yeah.
Trying to think of.
I mean, college-wise, talking about West Virginia, I did like watching Steve Slayton. Steve Slayton was unstoppable because he was so fast out of that system at West Virginia in the air raid. And Geno Smith, too. That was a fun time when they were kind of all together with them and Tavon Austin and those guys were, I mean, they were unstoppable. They could have been national champs had it not been for a defense that was just lacking so much.
I'm trying to think of like little guys, underrated guys that like watch like that.
That's the thing is like
Taylor
Keisei
Gabriel.
Tominaga,
Keisei
former
Tominaga.
point guard of Nebraska. He was the Japanese Curry.
I was gonna say,
Oh my God, he was so much fun.
the dude that was just hitting shots left and right.
God, but he couldn't get it in that first round of the NCAA tournament last year.
Yeah.
That was a huge bummer.
I mean,
I like this.
baseball,
Yeah.
baseball wise, I'm thinking there were two guys for the Giants that always stuck up to me. Tin Lincecum, to be the short guy that could just, I mean, his ability to pitch is just unbelievable. I still believe he has a shot to make the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I don't know if he ever will, but you look at that stretch he had with the Giants, I mean, I think it's good enough to put up there. And the other one's their closer, Brian Wilson, the beard.
Brian Wilson was a stud.
Dad
San Fran.
threw 9 pitches.
Yeah.
At any time, and he just, I mean, he cleaned your clock.
Yeah.
With his ability to be just close. And the thing is, he just kind of came out of the blue.
Yeah.
He just got really good at being a closer, and then just, what was it, 4 straight years? I think he had 35 saves or something like that. Like, it was insane.
Yeah.
And he had a great, beautiful beard before James Harden. Like,
Oh,
I'm
in
sorry.
baseball, Starlin Castro.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
A guy that well deservingly should have been on that 2016 team. He had to go through hell with Rizzo. Those like hell years of 2000 to whatever. He was on a team like 6, 15, 14, 13, 12. Those teams
Yeah.
were awful. God awful. Yeah, and then he was on
He was the best that suffered through
Deservingly
those.
should have been on that 2016 team. Starlin Castro.
I'm trying to
was
think
amazing.
of Starlin Castro.
Junior
That's
Lake.
a good one.
You remember him?
Junior Lake,
Junior
yeah.
Lake
Junior
was on-
Lake. He had his moments.
Mike Olt.
Oh yeah.
Dog water. That team was bad. Jorge Soler. I mean, Soler was all right.
Oh, man.
I know. I'm trying to date back I'm trying to think of baseball players that really caught me because I've like for the longest time I was never the biggest baseball fan. Like I always loved the Cubs.
Yeah, you liked baseball, but
now like in these like recent 5+ years I've really gotten more into baseball. So
baseball, yeah.
that's why like some of like the under the radar type of guys of baseball. I can't think of the
I don't know
top
if
of
you
my head.
consider him under the radar, but Steven Strasburg was always a guy. I loved watching. He helped the
He's actually
Nationals
retiring
win.
in 27.
That's
At
right.
the
Yeah,
age,
he's calling it a career, but he helped the Nationals win a championship. I remember when he came out as a rookie and he fired off his first pitch at 100 miles an hour, and I went, okay. Welcome to the new major. Like that was the moment where you went, "Welcome to new Major League Baseball."
Yeah.
This is how it's gonna have to be from now on. I still can't believe you got him and Bryce Harper in back to back, and they couldn't. It took all the way till Harper was gone for them to actually be able to get to the World Series and win a title. It blows my mind.
Yeah, baseball-wise, it's hard.
It is tough.
outside
Yeah,
of the
that's the
Cubbies,
difficult thing.
Like outside the Cubbies.
Like, I'm just more impressed that I was able to come up with the name John Lucas
John
III.
Lucas III.
Like, good lord. Oh, man, I'm trying to think of.
I want to see outside of Chicago.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to stay outside of
Outside
Chicago, too.
Chicago.
I was able to name a bunch of college football players.
Football, yeah.
Trying to think. Well, I've always liked Mike Conley.
Yeah,
I've always liked Mike Conley as a point guard. He's not really he's a good player, but I wouldn't really call him like a standout stud, a Hall of Fame or anything like that. But he's always just been like Mr. Consistent. So I've liked him.
Prime John Wall was fun.
Oh yeah,
That was
John Wall.
Prime John Wall was
John Wall
excellent,
was
especially when his song was blowing up.
Yeah, dude.
I still have that thing on my iTouch.
Do you really?
Yeah, everybody
Oh,
do the John Wall, John Wall. Oh my God,
that was fun.
It's a good song.
time.
It's a good song.
It
I don't know what to
catches-
tell you. It reminds me of a better time.
If David was here, he'd talk about Trace McSorley and he'd,
Oh yeah.
he'd tell
dude,
Frankie
yes,
to
of
cue up the
course.
song.
No. Yeah, going on a dime.
Well, I think for in sake of David not being here, probably would be Trace McSorley. I'd probably say Journey Brown for him too. I know the great running back for Penn State. Unfortunately, got injured, career ended. Just a guy who unfortunately just didn't get his shot. But if he had, probably would be in the NFL right now, probably making his mark. So I'd give him his prop on that too.
Going back to the Rex Burkhead, man, I thought he was gonna be like the next Matt Forte.
Speaking of Nebraska, I'll give you my two for Nebraska. Taylor Martinez.
That was on my mind too. He was
the original Johnny Manziel.
Oh yeah.
The original Johnny Manziel.
He had the straight
Before he
sidearm
came-
throw.
Yeah, exactly.
Every time we watched
weird.
it was so weird, dude. He like literally would have his arm like throw like this.
Yeah.
And
He
every
threw
time,
like a baseball player, but it was effective. It
every
was
time my
so-
dad would watch him pass, he'd be like, "He ain't gonna last.
No.
No one
he was
throws
right.
sidearm in the NFL."
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
But he had wheels, and he was exciting to watch.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. And the other guy was Roy Helou.
Oh,
I loved watching Roy because he took that team kicking and screaming with Rex Burkhead running the ball, mind you, as
Yeah.
sidekick. They went 11-1. They were top 5 in the country at one point
They were.
with that team. They were riding, I thought, to a national title. They looked fantastic, and that was with Ndamukong Suh at the helm as well. And I just remember every time it was, Roy says hello as he goes into the end zone. It was so much fun to because that was just smash mouth football at its finest. That was home corn-fed bread Nebraska football at its finest.
And Bo Pelini, man, like they haven't found another Bo Pelini.
Bo Pelini too. Yeah.
I mean, they're
Scott Frost
still
must be that good.
screaming for him back.
Yeah,
Although I'm giving Matt his credit. He's building.
I'm giving him
something.
flowers. He's got something cooking.
He's
over there.
building something, and he's taking him into that next level, I think, too. So, trying to think who else there was. Oh, you mentioned Oregon, Jeremiah Masoli, who was one of the many quarterbacks. He was before Marcus Mariota and Darren Brown, who helped them get to a national title. They never won, obviously, but they got to a national title with them. Masoli was just that 5'11" dude that could just kind of like, again, Johnny Manziel could just run around and throw the ball everywhere.
Was he the quarterback that had that famous fake Statue of Liberty play?
No, that was
was
wasn't
that?
him. That was Dennis Dixon.
That's right.
Dennis
yes.
Dixon has.
Dennis
I don't know if have you ever seen that?
No, I've never seen
statue.
Dennis Dixon.
Look up Dennis Dixon Statue of Liberty play if you ever can, Frankie. It is the best Statue of Liberty play.
I've never seen it done
It's
so
like
well.
the smoothest one I've ever seen.
That's the definition of backyard football.
Absolutely.
Like just fun type of plays. And
that's not the only time they did it. Like twice, I think, in the same game.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is insane.
I think the first time they actually handed it off, and then that second time
Yeah.
he took it
took it
himself.
in, yeah.
It was such
It's
a cool
amazing.
Play.
It's a great play. Oh, and speaking
Those are
of
the cool Ducks jerseys.
college quarterbacks who got some trick plays in, Kellen Moore.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish him all the best as a head coach, but as a quarterback, there was nobody more fun to watch just throw the in Boise, Idaho, of all the places where you would think it should be hand the ball off to the running back. Everybody in their conference is hand the ball off to the running back, not them.
Boise,
they're like 5 guys out. He sits in the back. He's throwing that ball 5,000 yards.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's unbelievable. I'm trying to think for basketball who's my guy outside of Conley.
I'm trying to think of college basketball too.
That
there was
too.
a point that I did like Kentucky for a little bit.
I mean,
I liked Kentucky like I was kind of watching him like more for like during the Anthony Davis era. They had
that was a good
duds on that.
Yeah, they were
team.
good groups on that.
And I always loved watching the. It was after them. I think it was when Cat was there. Those twins.
Oh, the Harrison twins.
The Harrison twins.
Yeah.
Those guys were fun to watch.
Poor guys never made anything of their names.
I know.
It's a good question though. It's a good question.
I don't know.
a good question.
Well, there was another one. Another guy asked us kind of the same thing. It was more NFL driven. I will save it for another, but just to tease it, it was because we'll need to do homework on it. It's build an NFL roster using like obscure players that you like.
Wow.
So it would be like basically nobody that's a star quarterback, nobody star receiver, no star defensive.
Stars, just guys.
Yeah, just
role
guys
players,
that you like that are role player essentials that you would build your NFL team with. And I was like, we'd have to
Kyle
kind of
Long
cook on
at my
that.
right guard.
Exactly,
That would be a guy
something like that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Kyle Long. I would
He's
play
like
him.
so I was like, okay, we're gonna need to do. I told him, I'm like, you're gonna have to give us a little while. We gotta put together I gotta get online. I gotta look at some stuff. I gotta do some homework. Like that's the kind of thing.
Yeah, let's put that in the back
That
of our
would be
heads. and
awesome.
We'll have to
For,
do
like, the
that
next
maybe on
episode or
Monday.
whatever. Monday,
Yeah, we can do that
Yeah.
for Monday. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I want to do
I
that.
will. I'll drop that in the chat so that everybody can kind of throw in theirs, including David and everybody. But I'm trying to. Well, college basketball, I would say Tyler Hansborough for UNC.
Oh,
I know he's kind of considered a star, but just because like everybody hated him.
Yeah.
But I don't care. I thought he was a great player.
He was
you
really
can hate him all you want. He chucked elbows. He pushed people over. He still got 16 and 10 on you and helped them win a national title. So, and Ty Lawson too. Ty Lawson's another one. Ty Lawson was 5'11". He could hit the big shot. Could dribble the ball. He could have been a star in Denver.
Kemba Walker.
Kemba Walker. Yes.
Cardiac Kemba.
Mm-hmm.
Charlotte Kemba was legendary.
Absolutely.
The Bobcats.
The Bobcats. Now, yeah, Bobcats.
Good Lord, I forgot about that.
Yeah, unbelievable.
I'm blanking on some more. Like I'm trying to go with college basketball. Of ones that
I'm
like.
trying to think.
Oh, Jimmer Fredette.
Oh yeah.
Jimmer Fredette,
Oh my God, he was the sharpshooter back like at
Jimmer
that
Mania,
time.
baby.
Yeah, dude. Oh my God, he was awesome. Shoot, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to think here.
Doug McDermott.
He was
fun. He was fun in college.
He
was fun in college. Yeah.
Creighton, right?
Creighton, yeah.
Yeah.
Where did Jimmer go?
Jimmer went to BYU.
BYU. I knew it was a blue and white team.
That's why a lot of people are talking about the Igor Demon thing. They're like, he could. A lot of people are like, he's probably going to be a better prospect than Jimmer Fredette because Jimmer went to
Shanghai.
He went to Shanghai now. But he went to crappy old Sacramento at the time when they were terrible.
Yeah.
And got dethroned by Isaiah Thomas.
Can't forget about white
say
chocolate. Speaking of
prayers,
Sacramento,
dude.
white chocolate.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. How about the Birdman, dude? Chris Anderson.
Oh, yeah.
The Birdman.
Yeah. Oh,
Mohawk,
yeah.
Tough man,
tan
Chris
up.
Anderson.
Loaded up tats.
Yeah, tats
Oh
off.
my
I
God.
love watching his progression from being a rookie to Miami's career. He's so funny because you just see a little tattoo here, a little tattoo there,
It's
and then,
kept going.
and then it's just like at the end, it's just all the way up to like his
neck.
chin.
We know where his savings went. His salary.
Apparently, he has like it doesn't shock me. He owns tattoo shops in
Oh,
Miami.
yeah.
Like left and right. Like,
He's a work of art. Dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
His body.
I think he literally showed up in that show Ink Boss or whatever it was called.
probably-
he did.
Oh,
Yes,
I'm
he
pretty
did.
sure he did.
Boss,
He
yeah.
did.
That was fun. I think I saw that episode. That was a fun show to watch.
Absolutely.
All right. I mean, I don't know. You guys got anyone else that you can think of?
I'm trying to think like if there's anybody else that I'm
Chris
I'm
Kagler?
really trying to think like on hockey level.
Hockey.
Oh, Yakovachuk for me on hockey.
Yakovachuk.
Yeah, Yakovachuk, which I started with the Atlanta Thrashers. Number
Okay.
1 overall pick. He was
Atlanta
a star.
Thrashers, it lasted
He was
for
a
like a
star
month.
Russian guy. Yeah, I mean,
Atlanta Thrashers.
I just remember he was really good with the New Jersey Devils, the team, like my second team, now my first team that I support after the whole Blackhawks situation that went down.
Yeah.
So I always loved him. And Scott Gomez was another one too. He was a New Jersey Devil, and he was one of few Latin players that was like killing it as a hockey player. So I always had mad respect for him as well. So
I would say,
oh my God, Jesus, my cousin in baseball, Jose.
Your cousin?
Yeah.
Oh.
What's up, Jose? Hi. I love you too. From distant wise, but just Jose Valentin played for the White Sox.
Nice,
my
yeah.
cousin, through my father's side of the family because they were originally Julias. So
Julia, okay.
yeah, and then which is where Raul Julia comes into my family too.
Oh, wow.
So the father of the Addams Family in the 2 movies. So
that's sick.
Wow, yeah, it's amazing.
yeah, I trust me, with my last name and the way that my family bridges out.
Yeah.
Like I've always said, people, if you look at my tree, it's like on my mom's side, it's kind of like a few branches here. A little. You go to my dad's side of the family, it looks like a redwood that's just exploded.
Like the bloodline, dude. Samoan bloodline, dude.
Yeah. Puerto Ricans, man, we're like all over the place. I'm telling you, but it's fantastic just to be like, oh, we're here, we're there, we're everywhere. So it's just true. We're here in Chicago, we're here in New York, we're here in Florida, and we're right there on the island, folks. So come and see us. Just look for the Valentin, the Figueroa, or the Rodriguez, and you will find us.
It's funny you say that because there is I need to do one for myself because I know I got family with my last name on my dad's side, Buterbaugh. In Texas, I got some in Colorado.
Yeah, that's
I got
right.
some
You got
apparently
family all over
in
too.
Pennsylvania. This is the weirdest thing that I found out. One of our good friends, Emily and I's good friends, she was at some kids like dance recital or talent show or something like that, and there was a kid there with my last name.
Oh, really?
And so they're from around here. I've never met anyone else with my last name around here. So now I'm like very intrigued. I'm like, I was like, the only ones that I knew that lived here are already gone, and they live in the Carolinas.
Okay.
And so I really don't know where this one came from. And now I'm like, I gotta do some digging.
Yeah.
I need to know who the hell apparently is related to me out here because with that last name, you gotta be related to me. It's not common.
No, that is a very specific name.
I never heard that. Yeah,
and so that's why the ones that I don't know if they're confirmed. I think my dad said like, yeah, I'm pretty sure we have family in PA, but like, I'm pretty positive they're all related to
Somehow
us.
related to you
Like
guys,
the one that I found that has
cousins or whatever, yeah.
another Tyler Buterbaugh that we message each other on
dude,
Instagram and Snapchat sometimes. He's a dentist, so we clearly went different routes in the industry.
I'll put you on the radio if you help fix my teeth.
He fixes mouths. I use mine too much.
It's about shape. Take him out.
I'm over here just yapping.
Oh, that's
so
brilliant.
I know I gotta look into that.
It's awesome.
I figured that out. So.
Oh, that's so good.
All right.
I'd imagine, Frankie, your family tree is probably out the wazoo.
It's a big. My family close.
Yeah.
Like close to me is smaller because my mom's the only child. My dad's only has a brother. But like outside,
Really?
his cousins and stuff. Yeah, my mom.
Yeah,
but the thing is,
it's the
going
thing.
up to the grandparents. My grandpa's one of 8. And
okay.
That's
those guys are the problem. Like cousins.
That's the
all
thing.
over
Like
the place, yeah.
my dad's father, he's like one of 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's
so
crazy,
like
yeah.
that's where like we start to go off like that, and I'm like, well, I'm only buying presents for the most immediate part. I'm like, I don't like. That's when they're like, this is your cousin Justin, and I'm like, cool.
Right.
Do I have to? And they're like, no Christmas. But I'm like, cool. All right. Nice to meet you, Justin. All right.
Two first cousins, like 100 second cousins. Like that's
Yeah,
what
exactly.
it is. That's what it goes to. That's what it is.
That's where it intrigues me because for my dad, he only had a sister. And then, but his dad had 2 other brothers. And so I know both of their kids, like, they live in Texas, and then the other one lives in Colorado. So I don't know where this Pennsylvania came from.
It's weird.
And apparently the one that
interesting.
lives right down the street from my parents, like, apparently I don't know where the hell they came from either. So I really need to figure this out.
Buterbaugh. From where?
I know, I would love to meet them, and they, like, try to tell me how to say the last name. I'm like,
Yeah, dude.
yeah,
Yeah,
you're
find
the
out,
rookie, okay?
You find out you've been
I don't know
saying your
where the hell
last
you
name
came
wrong
from.
this whole time.
Yeah,
Where the
no.
hell did you came from?
Oh, it's funny. There's some of them that actually spell it with 2 T's. Like
you,
Butterball.
You're one Butterball.
But we like say Buterbaugh. I don't know. If
Yeah.
I don't know if they still pronounce it Buterbaugh with
So
the 2 T's.
You're 1 T then, yeah.
Yeah, we
You're
1 T it.
B-U-T
E-R
Yeah.
B-A-U-G-H.
Yeah. Butterball. Yeah.
I know it's funny now for Emily because her last name used to be Green. So she used to be like,
I was gonna say
Emily Green, just like the color.
I loved thinking
Emily
of that.
I'm like, oh yeah, no, you got to spell the whole
Yeah.
damn thing out for these people. Or if you don't, you'll get a letter back and they put your name as Taylor Duderval. Weren't even close.
I loved thinking about that too. Like she just went from the basic Emily Green to all of a sudden
to
Emily
Buterball.
Buterball.
Yeah.
Like just, I mean, wow, what a shift.
I know. It's a shame.
Shout out, by the way, to Emily too. I miss you. I haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing well. So.
She's probably sleeping right now.
I figured.
She's got work tonight, so
She's been busy, so
yeah, she's all over the damn place.
I figure.
All right, you guys ready to wrap it up?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm good.
That does it for mailbag. Keep it coming, guys, because obviously,
Thank you so much for the
This made it
questions.
very fun and interesting. We love it when you guys throw us some wacky questions, some really good ones, like the next one with the build your NFL roster. That we're definitely gonna have to do because that one sounds like fun.
I mean, he said NFL, but he also said in quotations, he's like, you can do whatever sport you want to.
Yeah.
Do your starting
We'll do a
five.
couple of 'em.
Yeah, do your starting five for basketball. Do your lineup for baseball, like all that stuff. And I was like, cool, okay,
That'd be
sounds
awesome.
good to me. Like,
All
I
right.
can do that.
yeah, we're gonna do that.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that for sure.
All right, everybody. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Blow the Whistle. We were previewing the Bulls, picking at number 12 in the NBA draft, talking a little more of the NBA draft and the recent news of the trades that happened yesterday, and then what potential trades we could possibly see before the start of the draft. I think it's at 7 o'clock tonight starting?
Yes. Yes,
Starts
that
at
is
7
correct.
o'clock Central Time. It's all you guys need to know. You guys can figure it out. Eastern, Western, freaking
Whatever the
mid
hell,
Mountain Standard
Mountain
Time.
You know where you live.
Exactly. You know your own time.
I hope so.
If you guys missed this episode, shame on you, but that's okay because you can go back and listen to it. Which Frankie, by the way, if you can podcast Monday's episode.
Oh, yeah, I got to do Mondays. Yeah,
no, you're good. I forgot to do it. I'm a bad person.
Also, if you
but
can cut the clips from my show from Friday, I appreciate it.
Yeah, fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
We putting this kid at work.
I'm just kidding.
Trying to get this boy a job.
I got one, dude. Memorabilia.
They officially hired you.
Yeah.
Congratulations!
All right.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna give yourself a little shameless plug when I go around. But yes, go back and listen to your favorite episodes of Blow the Whistle on all podcast platforms, Apple, Spotify, you name it. It's out there. You know what it is. Blow the Whistle. Follow us on all social media platforms. Blow T Whistle 1, BLOWTWHISTLE 1. Also, go get yourself a tub of W Energy. It's a little powder mix that you put in your drink. They got all types of different flavors. I'm going to get myself their new fruit punch flavor. They got a name for it. I'm still trying to remember it. This is probably bad, and just don't discredit me for it, but you know what it is. But use the promo code TRIPOD, TRIPOD, on W.com and get 10% off your first order. You get they got shaker bottles. They got multiple different packets, different tubs of W Energy. Wake your ass up and be cheerful like us. With that being said, I'm Tyler Butterball Buterball.
Andrew Pepe Valentin.
Frankie Marinero Oliveira.
There you go.
Nailed it.
We will be back, I think on Monday. Doesn't sound like a lot of us can go on Friday. I can't be here.
Graduation.
You're gonna. Oh yeah, we got graduation, so I don't think it's.
Yeah,
gonna,
it's probably
so
not happening.
No show on Friday. We got our graduates graduating this week, so shout out to them.
There should be Bad Karma Wrestling, yes?
Yes, I think they're doing it.
Okay,
Yeah,
that
for
means
sure.
that AX Bomb Sports should be going on too.
So these guys will be on the air. I will not. I mean, I'll be on the air on WBBM, but not on the airwaves here. But Blow the Whistle will be back on Monday, same bat time, same bat channel. Everybody, stay positive, be positive, surround yourself with positivity, and positive things will happen to you. Everyone, have a great rest of the week, and we'll see you all. We'll see you on Monday. They will see you on Friday. Peace out, everybody.
SportsTownChicago.com.
It's the summer of coffee at Dunkin' Donuts. To reach peak summer mode, you need your summer coffee. Like a smooth new s'mores frozen Dunkin' coffee, a refreshing buttered pecan iced coffee, or a sweet coconut cream by cold brew. What could be better than an iced or frozen coffee